Hello, I'm Dr. David Johnson, Professor of Medicine and Chief of Gastroenterology at Eastern Virginia Medical School in Norfolk, Virginia. If I mention the word Helicobacter pylori, what does that mean to you? Well, to me it means an infection that we know is causal or relates to bad things, ulcer disease and even gastric cancer. Many of us, if not all of us, see patients and test for this routinely and treat it if it's positive. We recognize it has bad implications. There are 3 articles, however, that have come out in the last 6 weeks that I wanted to raise your attention, all of which are published in Gut. One of the articles suggests that Helicobacter pylori may be protective as it relates to Barrett's esophagus. The second article suggests that it may be protective not only for Barrett's esophagus but even for adenocarcinoma. In fact, the risk reduction for Barrett's esophagus was nearly 70% and for adenocarcinoma nearly 50%. The third article is even more provocative as it relates to an inverse correlation with the increasing evidence that childhood asthma is rampant in this country and atopic disorders. What the authors of these database analyses looked at was a correlation in an inverse sense that as Helicobacter pylori goes down, asthma and atopic conditions go up. There are a number of reasons for that. Helicobacter pylori can cause inflammatory reactions which upregulate cytokines, leptin, ghrelin, a number of autonomic responses. So there are a lot of physiologic explanations why this may be the case. And if we look at the U.S. and industrialized nations, we've gone from a population where 70 to 90% of children were infected to less than 10%. Now, phylogeographic evidence suggests that Helicobacter pylori has been around for over 58,000 years. So this infection is built to stay and is here for a reason. As we start to look at some of these evidences that Helicobacter pylori may cause some harm in some patients, but in other patients it may actually be protective and may give us some cause to start to maybe stop testing as much as we perhaps have, and certainly give us pause to not test and treat if it's positive. So we may have gone full circle on some of these organisms, and in fact there's a new program that's being developed where Helicobacter pylori is being used to infect people to protect potentially against influenza. So we've gone full circle again as we've gone to test and shoot to kill. Perhaps we may have a new strategy of save the bug. So Helicobacter pylori 2008 going forward, lots to be learned. Hopefully I've tweaked your interest in this and asked you to connect with your colleagues on the Discuss This box. And also, if I've tweaked your interest, please refer to my viewpoints in gastroenterology on Medscape, and the link will be provided below. I'm Dr. David Johnson. Hope I've tweaked your interest. Look forward to your discussion. Thank you.